before.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to A Critically Average Adventure, and welcome to this cozy, warm tavern that we like to call the Fragments. This is a D5E campaign I'm playing with my friends, and these are my friends. Happy New Year, everybody. This is our first game back after New Year's. Slam, slam, slam. Tink.
It's tavern time.
There's your beers. It's Letisa. Harry, no, Charles, wasn't it? Charles. Yes, Charles, not Harry. There might be a few.
Started early.
Screws loose. Killian. Oh, yeah. Got hit in the head and I lost the arm. And, yeah, I've been a bit different since then. And then Mum left. Says she'll be back, though. Hopefully. Dovel's not doing very well. But anyway, enjoy your dinners.
Thank you.
I'll be at the bar if you need me. I wouldn't talk to Treese if I were you. But in a bit of a funny mood with the other one.
Okay.
Which one?
Did you see the one with the hood that left and ran out?
Toby, bed.
Okay. What was that all about?
Well, it's difficult. Like, they've always hung around here quite a bit. But, like, their mum sort of welcomed them back, and now they don't want to do the stuff with their mum and would rather be here. But Treese is trying to be good because they think that they should be with their mum. But they'd rather be chopping carrots in the kitchen rather than swanning around with all the lords and ladies.
Well, if they want to chop carrots, why don't they just chop carrots?
Expectations, my girlfriend. Expectations of a family history.
This is that whole a bit like the king thing, Jackson.
Kind of. I think it's even worse, to be honest. I mean, it's like our dear friend Killian and her family relations. His family relations.
Yes, Killian. Are we ever going to resolve those problems with Mum?
Oh boy, is it cold in here? I think the temperature's dropped.
I'll take that as a no.
I'll hold my beer next to Killian just to get my beer chilled down a bit. Yeah.
Your stepfather? You seem on better terms than when we first arrived at the ball. You gave him his son's heart to take home to Mum. That was a nice thought.
I don't think
I was spitting your tea.
Just slides it slightly further away from Killian.
Then it's iced tea. I hear that's all the rage.
I was thinking that would it be an ice cube?
Iced tea.
Killian, can you make ice?
Whoever heard of iced tea? Ridiculous.
Unless you got some spiced rum.
Don't kill him.
I slide my beer over.
Charles will like fluff his feathers and turn his back and sip his tea while looking out of the window. You really have in a foul mood today. You were in a foul mood when we got here. Been mean to everybody since we arrived at Kcanzacks. We all know what's happened. You've had a little problem. No need to take it out on everybody else. It's your own problem. And you made it your own problem. I overheard you and Erwin talking.
Am I taking it out on them?
On who?
Them.
You weren't very kind to Erwin. You weren't very kind to anybody we've met so far. Poor little Malgon.
What did I do? Toby!
You kept... There were veiled threats all the way along. To everybody that we've met so far. Just because you've got a little bit of a thing you need to get seen to.
Toby, dog.
Charlie, you shouldn't be throwing stones in that
Yes,
particular.
and you threw an item of merchandise at that poor little fellow Krellin. Hit him right on the head. Whilst he was caring for his children, might I add.
Dunno. Oh my god, are they the tadpole things?
Yeah, that you had a nightmare about the following night.
And Killian's gone. I sip my beer. I even give Charles a little salute. What?
Look, while we're here, I think I don't know about you two, but I think we might get Killian seen to.
By who?
In what
Well,
way?
I'm not sure, but it's a place of magic and of learning, and there must be someone around here who will be able to help us out with Killian's little problem, and I'll just find myself a little church somewhere and sort my own out.
So what's this problem? What exactly is the problem?
Pete. Sorry.
Well.
Second, Pete. Just one.
Do 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 do. Come on, Matt. Do 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 do. Da 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 do 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 do.
I'm sure Bean actually, because when I was there last time, I straightened one of the pictures because it always bugs me it's out of kit, and I'm sure that Bean went round very carefully and went with all the other.
Looks like it. That one picture's perfectly straight.
She
All
did.
the others now are even worse. Hey.
She was actually waiting for you to comment last time.
I imagine all the pictures have been slowly getting worse and worse over the last couple of months.
You're muted.
It's actually
Just,
kind of funny.
I'm just sitting here with a look.
It's like Killian is like in the room with me.
Yeah.
It's all right. On my screen, my mouse pointer, which is the hand, it really just looks like it's trying to straighten them up. It's just on one of the pictures.
No.
Right, now hopefully he'll stop whining. We'll see.
Well, maybe we could go We've been told of a library, I believe.
So it's a magical problem.
Gillian, look, it's not for me to say.
Go on. Go on.
No, I feel I overheard by mistake.
By mistake.
Yes,
You were eavesdropping.
Gillian, how do I put this? Sometimes you are less than settled.
And sometimes you are more annoying.
Pot calling the kettle black, I feel there.
Your conversation was not quiet with Erwin, and I've had a similar conversation too. The thread of the conversation was easy to follow.
So you've got a magic problem too.
I do, Jackson, yes.
But we had this whole conversation. What were you?
I wasn't there.
How? You? What?
You kept pulling them aside.
I think Jackson was making tea. Or something. Were you skinning direwolves or something?
A wagon. Huge wagon. You were there.
No, we were outside. You sat down in the snow.
People aside.
Oh, yeah, I didn't go that far. The
Jax
wagon.
is not that perceptive.
Yeah, that was what I was going. I didn't wander into the wilderness. I didn't like climb a mountain. This conversation. Who's
Even if we
outside?
wave something in Jackson's face, he still may not see it.
Do you remember when there were the demons? When there was a creature that killed our dogs?
The big blue thing, yeah.
Yes, there was a civilian that died that day. I saved that person. Somehow. I know not how it happened. But I prayed harder than I ever prayed. And something answered. And it felt different. It still felt holy. But didn't feel previously how I have brought my magic to bear. It was far different.
I had a little conversation with a few priests in Modern Cell, and they were telling me about some dedicated practitioners of prayer would sometimes be fought over by different gods. They would challenge and test and interfere, trying to gain that practitioner's faith on their side. Charles doesn't seem to know where his faith is coming, his power is coming from.
There seems to be an underlying manifestation of my traditional magic, but there are certain new powers that I can craft that are unfamiliar and quite disturbing.
So when I asked you if you were becoming a pudding person and you said no, you may have been lying.
Not intentionally.
Not intentionally, no, Jackson. If I feel at all like I'm becoming a pudding person, I will let you know.
Dibs on killing him.
So you've got magic problems too. So are you becoming a pudding person?
No.
Dibs on killing him.
Will you two stop it?
I might try.
I was going to say, I think out of the four of us, well, out of the three of you, you're the only one that probably couldn't kill me.
I don't know, actually. I don't right now. Even Charles is not sure.
I don't think Charles can kill him.
Yeah.
I don't think that's true.
Charles
You
loves
got...
much.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
I was gonna
Morally,
say, your brain.
unlikely. Power-wise, not so sure about that. Especially
Oh,
now.
yeah. But I meant, like,
In
Charles
character.
couldn't.
Oh, no, yeah. Charles technically couldn't fight his way out of a wet paper bag, but moving on.
Charles loves Killian.
That's why we love him. That's why we love him.
Yeah.
So why don't you ask Melora, who's like poaching?
That's what I intend to do.
Okay, so we got that one sorted. So
Yeah,
Where's
in
your
progress. In progress.
where's your
But
one come
I
from?
mean, mine is relatively easy. Killian, well, Killian has spoken to the one that's tried to poach him.
And what is it?
Briefly, you had 3 conversations.
No, I wouldn't say they were conversations.
Apparently, Killian Norn's power comes from some sort of agreement.
I didn't agree to anything.
Really? Okay. So when did you? So now I have to ask. I just have to ask this then. If you didn't agree to anything, did you just wake up one day and go, "I'm going to be insert power here"? What do you call yourselves? Warlock? Witch?
Toby.
A Toby?
Toby.
No one wants to be a Toby.
Apparently not. I mean, I saw how you were dealing with it. Him, the sorcerer, all over again. Sorcerer. Some also call me Tim.
So,
Um,
so what did they say, or what did they ask?
They tried to get me to do something that I didn't want to do. I said no, so they buggered off.
And took her power, took his powers. Today's gonna be hard one. Took his powers with him, with them.
They were really annoying.
What the
Like
powers?
more than Charles annoying.
So some powerful force gave Killian Norn access to eldritch blasts and things like that. Then they asked for a favor. He said no. So they went, okay then, and took their gifts away.
Owen, the priest you spoke to.
Mhm.
You said there might be several powers that would.
That's the tale. I go through and tell the tale of the father who's basically became a piggy in the middle of 2 great divines. He was a great and pious man, and both sides wanted him to basically become a voice of them, a voice for them upon the earth, and how they battled for supremacy over his devotion.
Killian, if this one has left you, then mayhaps you could find another if this one did not suit your temperament.
Good.
We're
Well,
required
we haven't
to make a
seen-
deal and probably stick to it.
We'll see how annoying they are.
How does one go about finding one?
I didn't know one existed.
Apparently, you asked someone to bring someone back from the dead.
What?
Well, there's
You
that.
think- If you ask someone to bring them back from the dead and they come back, then that's probably a good indicator that there's someone listening.
Oh. You intend to
So what I'm not suggesting
deal
is
with the
go
one
out
that's
and
been deal with me.
No.
Oh. Is that what you were suggesting, Jackson?
well, if it worked for
That
you,
was hilarious.
what I wasn't suggesting is you go out and kill a random person and then say, please, please, please don't be dead, because it probably doesn't work like that.
Oh, it really does. But you probably don't want to be don't particularly want to be worshipping that sort of god.
and you probably, if you're making deals, want to make sure that it's not the gem, the space gem, the space rock, whatever the pink things are, because he seems to want to make deals and things.
Yes.
And if you do turn into pudding people, I'm going to kill you.
That's actually a funny thing, isn't it? Of all the disruptions you have caused, and you have caused a few, I'm surprised he hasn't tried to make a deal with you. If only by a proxy.
No.
What?
No.
You don't want to be. You don't want to be a patron of the Space Jam.
No.
Yeah, we see what happens to patrons of Space Jam. It ain't a pretty sight. Let's be
Yeah,
honest.
you don't want to be a pudding person.
No, I don't. I like
Um,
limbs. I like
you
having a
get
stone.
what?
Limbs.
You get
You've
extra
got
limbs.
more limbs.
Yeah, they're not really limbs so much as growth.
What did you
And I
put?
can't even open doors. It's very strange.
That was
Only push
a
one.
strange moment
What one?
when the thing was trying to break out of the room and couldn't get out of the room. And it left Jack's distinctive impression that they couldn't use doors.
I love it. I love it. So far, it hasn't sold us on this old superpower or eldritch being. Is no, but like
It's like
I got
the
one
end
big
of
dude who took him out, and the other guy couldn't even open the goddamn door. It's like, yeah, I don't think so. I don't see where the win scenario is here.
We
You get a
seem
voice
to
in
be
your head,
doing-
and you stop being able to use doors. Although, they never need to buy clothes again. Apparently, just because you just basically grow them out of you.
You went to the dungeon. You see all of the door frames lie empty.
Yeah.
Just beaded curtains.
I think we're in the right place.
Everything makes a dramatic
I think we're in the right place, guys. Why? Not a single door in sight. Gentle slopes everywhere. Padded corners, because these people are retards. It's just-
Everything's carefully signposted.
Yeah,
Treasure room. Trap.
got lines on the floor for them to
Beyond
follow, sort of thing, you know.
The switches on the floor have got yellow like hash tape around them just to be careful, mind yourself.
I imagine the dungeons like lit up like Las Vegas.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
everything is like neon signs everywhere.
Yeah, and
And no
the-
shadows, literally making sure it's lit so there's absolutely no shadows, no
And even
hiding
if you
holes.
trigger a trap and it's a spike trap, there's polystyrene on the top of the spikes. So you definitely got.
Oh no, a rock fall! Oh, these are pillows.
It's
Hell?
like, you know, like the rotating saws.
Yeah.
There's like the foam things that you did you ever have them at school where it was like almost like silicone kind of
Yeah, foam noodles.
and it just slotted onto it. That on the
Better make
roof.
that safe.
It's like that on the saw.
I don't know,
Not
that
the
could-
deadly soul. I've got.
I know,
so
if you made
fucking
You made those things like soft and sticky out of you. That thing span. That'd give you a heck of a slapping.
Or it's covered in feathers.
Yeah. We've replaced all the saw blades with feathers. So tickly.
No, yeah. Actually, let me in here. So that's kind of nice. Anyway, move on.
Make a charisma saving throw against being tickled.
We'll say. So we'll say. Oh, I'll be back 5 more minutes.
Sorry.
Anyway. Anyway.
Come back from our little dreamland tangent to the game. Yeah. What's
So
this?
yeah. So like
So.
yeah. So it might be the
Like-
and you might want to double check before you like get powers from people.
Read
or,
the fine print on the contract.
I mean, if the Church of Melora can tell Charlie about your being, can they not tell Killian about Killian's being?
We could ask, I suppose.
Hmm. We came here to find knowledge.
Service together, Gideon.
Just remember, we came here to ask the wisest people in the land how to hurt the crystal.
We actually came to check the wizards aren't pudding people and then ask them some questions.
Well, yes, there is that. And unfortunately, they've already failed that test.
I don't think the wizards have. We haven't had any dealings with any of the wizards from here.
Yeah,
The people here have.
let us be honest. If it is, if the modus operandi of these of this cult continues, they will be looking for somebody with power to infect. They'll have minions surrounding them. Some will those be infected, like the lady who was the partner of her friend. We know the woodworking building next door. Go quiet because I don't want to loud and in the tavern, sort of thing. So I go a little bit quieter. We know that the building next to the woodworking shop has a more symbol on its windowsill. It's closed and abandoned, or looks abandoned. We'll have to investigate that.
While this conversation is going on, can I make sure that nobody's listening in? Sorry, it was just before this conversation.
Looking over the shoulder, Killian snouting around.
Oh, got the snout for it.
$14.
Not bad. We know that the blacksmith was a member.
Well, we don't know he was. We know that he had a friend.
You're right.
And his apprentice got killed and he's run off.
Yes, okay. You're not wrong there. Fair.
Killian, Norm,
Mm-hmm.
you notice there are some individuals to the left-hand side of the stage. You sit quite near the bar, and the bar is kind of. Did you sit with your back to the door or the back to the bar?
I would sit with. Where's the door in relation to the bar?
Rectangle.
Yeah.
Bar is here. You're in a booth here. The stage is here. The door is here.
Okay, I would sit facing the door.
Okay. Then it's easy for you, with even not looking very hard, see that it appears there are two individuals who are trying to make discreet eyes at you folks. I think he just wants to drink tea. To the town.
You're muted.
Like they're not. You're not quite sure what they intend, but they're watching you. But pretending like they're not watching.
Welcome to the meme hour. Back.
Yeah, there are two individuals that appear to be looking like kind of observing you. You don't think they can hear your conversation because there's quite a gathered mix in the bar.
Yeah.
Can I just stare at them?
It's a good taverny word.
What was it?
Hubbub.
Hubbub. Oh, there's a hubbub. Yeah, bubbling of conversations, laughter, and jokes going on, and Ed's bringing out several meals, and Treese by the bar, the gnomish person who is so wrinkly, it's amazing. Is just still polishing the same glass, and just staring absently, not really looking at anybody. Yes, you can just stare at them.
While still listening to the conversation we're having.
Yes. Are you trying to intimidate them?
No, just staring at them like a crazy person.
Okay.
My inner Ellen Marcel. What do they find it intimidating?
After a few moments of peculiar stares, they get up and leave. There are two individuals. They get up and leave.
So we've got various people we need to talk to and various places we need to go and have a look at. Who are we going to go and see first?
Well, I think we should finish lunch first, Jackson.
I think we should probably do a little investigating before we're too well known.
Do we want to wait till the cover of nightfall?
What are you, a fucking ninja?
No.
No, cobbler, priest, food critic, warrior.
How dare you?
But you're not a warlock, are you?
Oh,
I just sit and pull one of his feathers out. I aim for one, but get like 3. I'm like,
oh.
You deserve that, kid. And I'm not sorry. You've hired rooms for the night, I believe. There was a request for
Yes, we have
rooms.
indeed.
Jack's booked rooms with Trees.
I forget that all I have to do is look at my phone.
Just
And
have a wander around and sort of get a lay of the land.
Just a portrait of the city. After food, I think that's a good idea.
Well, I always find it's good to find where the guards drink and buy them a few beers.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan. Getting in with the guards and stuff. Yes. We want to do that first. Finish our food. Go around, have a little look. Maybe look where the temple is. I'm not saying we need to go there today, but that needs to be something on the agenda going forward, I think.
Yes. We still need to go down and see if there's not a passage under the hidden temple somewhere.
Yeah, we promised we were going to go and fix the sewage machine.
Yep.
The sewer machine that's working.
How did we fix it? What?
Well, Malgon kept saying the green light is on, so the machine is working.
Well, but he wants us to get another monster, and
No, we're not doing that.
wizard that could do that. We go and get a little one again.
Well, I suppose we could, but
I'm not
I
doing that.
don't know. I'm not a plumber.
Again, I'm not doing that. Ultimately, we're trying to do him a solid, but at the same time, investigate access to the sewers. If it's blocked by something, even if the machine is working and nothing's going into the machine in the first place, then it means that the problem is probably upstream of the machine. Not do I really, but if our foes decide to build things underground, the quickest and easiest way to do that is to be under something.
I see your point. So what first then? The porter of the city.
The city. We need to get the lay of the land, see what's here. What I've never been here. So I don't know where anything is.
You know where the frog person is.
But I don't know more than that. I'd like to very much know which if I run down an alleyway where it's going to lead.
Okay. So we're going to go out round the town and have a little look round the city of Kcanzacks.
While we're looking around, I'm constantly keeping an eye out for the two people that I saw in the bar, plus also anybody that looks suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I would like to look at any guard type people. I'm kind of guessing that Erwin's going to look for more symbols because I'm probably not going to see them.
More thieves can, and the old pointing one's mouth symbol that the Moorites,
Mini.
Minimors. What do the Minimors use?
Okay.
Yeah, Minimors. I like that.
Let's have a first perception check from you,
Okay.
Killian and Norn.
My dice isn't right. Don't. You just touched it with your thumb.
The nail.
Dice. They're made of plastic. Doesn't matter.
17.
17. At Killian Norn, as you are looking round the town, you see no sight of these individuals. They are nowhere to be seen from where you have where you have walked. Now, which way are we heading? Because you've got a map up, guys. Where would you like to sort of
Oh
head?
God, yeah. Where is that?
Or you can have it on Roll20, or I can drop it to you in the Discord, whichever you'd like.
Fragments. Do we? No, you haven't. It's not on the
I will just drop it in there.
I think you just said you put it on. I think you put it into Roll20 last time, didn't you?
I did, yeah. Let me just put it in the D&D, in the maps.
Frag maps.
Yeah, frag maps. Hold on.
holding on. Grim life.
Let's find Kcanzacks. Here we are. Sorry, folks. I thought I'd done that. Never mind. Fragments. Fragments. Where's fragments? Fragments? No be suspicion.
Hey.
So you are
Oh yes, yeah. It's a pretty
at
map.
this place here. It's
Oh.
the building. So bottom right of the map, you've got a building with a kind of
Stable area.
stably kind of area outside it.
Cool.
Yes, that is the yak.
What's the sort of the square with a round thing and there looks like some chairs sitting next to tables?
This is the area that you kind of walked past or through last time with the stalls and stuff.
Basically, it's the market space, market square.
Yeah, like a market area.
Right.
Lots
what
of
bit is
outdoor.
that? Sorry.
Just here. Let me open it.
What
up.
the hell is that?
Is it easier if you open it in Roll20 just so you can click on things?
Maybe. Let's have a look. Let's go for Roll20. Roll20. Come on, boy.
Did you have our weird story game thingy still on there?
Oh,
I
yeah.
can change the page for you. Oh, for the maps. Because we made a
All right, I can't.
we made a quiet year, didn't we?
Oh, you
Yes,
played
we
it
did.
quiet then.
We did not last time. The time before when something was happening.
Oh, when I wasn't well again.
Yeah, look at our map. Do you like our map?
I do. I don't know what it is, but Wednesday
Do you like
seems to
this?
be the days that I just. What the hell is that?
That's a robot.
It's a robot.
It's a robot.
So.
What?
I just saw that bit there. Move that
Oh
Which-
dear.
up. That is that Matt's attempt to.
That was Matt just trying to write a number.
I was going to say that much.
Ah, yeah.
Your
God,
number.
I
we
think
had
that was Matt
issues. We had
just
issues with
writing-
this.
Yeah.
There wasn't. That was me counting down my numbers, so I just kept writing the new one on top.
Fair enough.
Yeah, you gave in on like making. Did I give it so you can ping this? I don't know. Let's make it so you can ping it. Maybe
Oh,
I
yeah.
showed. Oh, you know what I did? I screen shared it last time. Then it was from when it was not in your game. It was in the others.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sausages! Come on. Don't be suspicious. What is going on here? Sorry, folks. I'll be with you. This always looks like it stalls halfway through. When you upload into Roll20 for some reason, it's like, no.
I'll think
No,
about it.
not doing what you say. Right, I shall move you to a place. It's a magical place where Toys R Us. Yeah, that suddenly came into my head. The Toys R Us theme tune. Then
God, you don't hear that anymore, do you?
there's millions of Jeffrey, all under one roof. So here we go.
Oh dear.
You got it? Are you on the page now?
Yeah. So we're here-ish at the moment.
Yes, you are in this tavern, yeah. This
Okay.
area is the place where you kind of saw stalls. This is Krellin's. We could write on here if we want. Do you want me to do the writing, Matt?
I can do it if you want.
No.
You want me to write it?
No.
I'm
No.
gonna start
So
writing.
this
No.
is
No.
Krellin's.
Ellen's.
Krellin's gap.
Oh yeah. Barely read that.
That's very small, isn't it? Why is that going so small? Let's make it big.
Or just move it off the roof so we can actually read it.
Oh, it's because it's. Oh my gosh!
Yay! Roll 20. So good. So good.
I'm glad.
Sarcasm.
I'm glad Wizards of the Coast are ruining their lives. Serves you right for making such an. Nah, it's not atrocious. I'm joking.
Actually, it's not too bad. It is not too bad. It's very light and easy to use, so that's kind of cool. There are more powerful, prettier ones, but they're also much more restrictive. You can pretty much do anything with this thing. If you put in the effort, you can make this thing sing and dance. But I've been wanting to run a game, a couple of games, using a live tabletop, and I've just been bouncing around between all of them.
This
I keep coming back to Roll20. It's just that good.
Yak.
Just so you know, that green is very difficult for me to read.
Okay. Would you like it a different colour then, is what you're saying?
Yes, please.
Puce.
Puce.
Go. Well, it's really chartreuse. That is actually
A puce. Oh, well, why doesn't it let me change? It won't let me change any colours. Yak. That's still hard to see, isn't it?
That's better.
You just zoom in, it's fine.
Yeah, it's a distinct colour. We're fine.
The yak. Credits. It's there. Malgon's is up the top here, and the Stablins is here.
Mm-hmm.
They can't see that.
I'm going to just write it on. Hold on.
Cool.
In Puce, as requested.
Puce.
Malgon's. Stables.
And the abandoned building.
Abandoned
Is it the one that looks like a 9?
It is.
Oh, okay. I thought it was down by the act.
Yeah, so do I.
No, it's in this here.
Oh,
And
okay.
this is Eric's place.
And we've also been told where Smithy guy was.
That is this place,
Next to it.
the abandoned place. The same
Is it?
location. Yes,
Oh,
that is the
Okay.
same place. Abandoned Smith's place.
yeah. The shutter's built. They say got a shut building next to the woodworking.
Yes,
Is a more symbol on the windowsill.
yes,
Yeah.
that is the same
there.
place.
Do we know where where is my Kcanzacks page?
Why is it around like that?
Because it's centering on the squares. You've got it set to
No, yeah,
snap the
'cause it's on
grid.
a grid. Hold Alt. That's how I remember
it?
how to do it.
Do we know where Gretch's shop is?
Gretch is yeah, is
One of these little ones, isn't it?
One of the Wizardy Tower places.
Oh, Wizard's Tower.
Gretch is here. Well, the entrance to one of the Wizard's Towers is here.
Okay. Eric T. Woods was also a gem shaper. So he might have been like puddinged by like messing around with big gems.
That's not impossible.
Do you think
Which would also be really unfortunate because that sounds like the perfect person to help us find a way of destroying the gems.
yeah,
Because actually, you've used magic to shape gems. It's like you can shape it, you know how to destroy it.
well, I was also gonna say, do you think anyone would mind if we used the Smith like forge and like made our metal ball thing bigger?
That's going to be complicated unless you just want it to be a big old metal sphere.
Well, I was thinking that like sort of I'm not gonna do all the like the pretty silly lock thing stuff, but I can like sort of enclose it all so the gem stuff is covered in metal again.
Yeah, I'm not sure if our sphere has magical properties to it or not. Or is it just the metal itself? I don't know. I oddly didn't ask.
We could ask our 2 magic people that have broken magic. Does anyone know if this is a magical ball? Or just a metal ball?
Charlie will have a look.
Peter,
It's
right behind it.
Charlie will make an Arcana check.
Can you put it so it's half and half?
Oh yes, you can see the beepies.
Yeah, because it's very confusing because I can hear them but I'll see them on the screen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Charlie Irwin. Let's go, Charles.
Do you think it's magic?
Who are you asking?
Gillian.
Gideon. Arcana check. Sorry, I put my snacks in the badger roller. Oh,
You sounded so proud of yourself when you said that then.
I was a little
14.
14. There is some magicalness to it, yes, indeed.
So it's not just trapping it in metal.
No. No, it's not just trapping it in metal. That insulates it.
Where did you take me?
So if I make a bigger metal box, can you like make it non-magic or magic so it doesn't get seen?
I'm not a manufacturer of arcane items. We did know someone. Not seen them for some time. An artificer.
Well, the Gretch guy, the goblin there in the wizardy place, He like sells and trades in magic things. He might make them.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's
We
much
will
better.
certainly know who.
Can I actually have a look at the Orby thing and see if there's a maker's mark on it?
On the thing. Yeah, make an investigation check, please.
We might have to take the thing out, so it's probably on the inside.
You can do it with advantage because you've got ages to do it. No rush.
With advantage.
Yes, because you're not rushing anywhere. You can spend your time turning this object over in your hand.
Investigation. Oh, I'm only at +0 on that. $13.
Takes some time, but you turn it over and you see a mark that is you're proficient with lots of metal stuff, aren't you?
I am smithing tools proficient.
Yes. You see a mark and the letters are BF.
Ooh.
Big Fred.
Or they look like a BF.
Buy food.
And they are surrounded by a kind of inset into a dwarvish rune,
Which I can read.
which you can read.
Because I have a dwarf belt.
And the kind of surrounding is kind of telling you where
Yep.
it was. And it's Radishan.
Where, sorry?
Where-
Radishan.
Radishan.
Oh no, is it Radishan or hold on? No. No, it's not Radishan. It is. I'm telling you the wrong name. They're two similar cities. It is the city of. Where is it? Sorry. It might be Jakarta. Hold on. Sorry. I've got to get it right or else it'll mess it up. I think it's called Jakarta. Do. Yes. Yes. Dog hair in your mouth. Nice. Jakarta. Sorry.
That's in the Hath Expanse.
To the south of the Hath Expanse, yes.
And that's where Ilin got his power orbs with pink crystals in.
Yes.
How far away is that from where we are?
It would be all the way back across the ice bridge, past through Southgate, and then a good couple of months travel probably, I'd say.
Okay.
Ice bridge, Southgate,
Past the giant inland.
round the round Polzek lake, unless you traversed across it, which would probably be quicker.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's going to be a boat and they sink.
It's a D&D game. It's a boat. They will sink.
Sky
Like helicopters in computer games.
What?
Sky boat. Should have had a sky boat.
Sinking, at least I can try and swim. Like, I can't fly.
I have a ring.
Yet.
I thought you said you had a ring that one of us could fall slightly slower than everyone else. So I can either wear a ring and watch everyone plummet to their death, or everyone but Charlie, because Charlie can fly. Or someone else wears the ring and I plummet to my death.
Well, it's D&D, and I'm a D&D, and I am a cobbler, so I'll be fine. I've fallen 35,000 feet. Tumble roll. Fine.
I was going to say, I think Owen's the only one who could possibly carry.
Yes.
So Owen would be fine. It would be between me and you.
Well, in theory, if I can fall slowly, I could hold on to you and get big.
Yeah. Riverfall doesn't actually have a weight capacity, so you got it. We'll grab you. Fine. Just very slowly ride you down, just hanging off your armor.
I
I'm
told
still,
you flying was safe.
I'm still like not up with this plan. But anyway,
Of
so
course, you then land in the lake and then just carry on down. Blah, 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 blah.
um, so yeah, okay. So that's the initials on there, the maker's mark, and that's in the same place. So they obviously do lots of stuff with the pink crystals. So that's probably something that we actually want to look into.
Ah, the irony. We went the wrong way. Oh, my eyes.
Well, like there's pink crystal stuff all over the place. So there's other people that know about it as well. But if they're making stuff that they're selling and they're making orbs that shield from it, then they probably have a fair understanding of it.
How many places in the world have large chunks of crystal sticking out of the ground other than,
Shardfall.
I mean,
Just Shardfall that you're aware of.
yeah, fair.
That we're
Looking-
aware of.
Although I'm looking at your map and going, I don't know, there's a few places that kind of stand out.
That you're aware of. That you're aware of. Yes.
Are there any on like the dark side? Because that's where I'm from.
You're on the.
Da,
We're not
da,
quite
da,
on the
da,
other side of the
da.
globe. You're at the north of Noose, aren't you? Which is the left hand.
Top left corner round in the dark bit.
Yeah, it's darker that side, but you're not right the other side where the other side of when the poem speaks of black, the other side is the ball. You're not that side, not that far around. This map only shows the light side of Earl.
Okay. Okay.
Do you know there's a dark side? Interesting. Fair enough. Then.
Yeah, we don't rotate anymore.
Interesting.
Apparently, it used to get light and dark, and now it doesn't. It just gets lighter and darker. It doesn't really get dark.
Interesting.
Indeed.
So how do you know if it's morning or not? Then?
Well, it kind
Wake
of goes to dusk. Oh, you wake up, yeah.
Yeah, but you could like if that was.
The further west you are, the darker it gets in the evenings. It's pretty
West.
Yeah.
My brain's just thinking too much.
Interesting.
Sun rises in the east and sets in the east on. Oh,
So
And also sets in the east.
yes.
Eh? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so the sun's on a trampoline.
that is a yo-yo.
Boing, boing.
It's a strange geosynchronous orbit that Earl has currently with.
So it's a bullseye planet. Interesting. But west is an interesting. But,
So Killian hasn't seen any people following us.
No, Killian can't see those exact people that were staring at you in
But
the
I
dark.
also said if there's anyone suspicious.
You are getting a few eyes. You're not locals.
they don't get tourists here, do they? So
Who would you see walking around? Let's see who you might see. Let me see who you might see here. Who would you might see?
Who would you might see?
Who would you might see?
Who would you might see? Oh,
Okay. You see a rather, as you're looking around, someone that you would notice. You see a rather rotund white dragonborn sat upon a cart, a sled cart, with a polar bear pulling this cart, a rather old-looking polar bear on the front, and he is he is kind of it looks like he's loaded up. He's about to leave out of the heading towards the main gate, sort of thing, walking along that kind of market square here. And he seems to be talking to his steed, his creature, beast of burden, just kind of mumbling away to it, like, "Now what we getting back to where we need to be, and come on then, let's go. Come on, let's go. Let's not have any of that. No, we've had enough rest now. Come on," and just kind words of encouragement to a rather elderly polar. And you would see that loaded on the back of his cart are, what is it, 17-year-old? 14. You don't make out what it's got.
Okay.
But one of your own kind in the town of Kcanzacks.
Okay.
Just stare at him, put a funny face. Okay. Let's have an Erwin make a perception for or an investigation, if you like. Actually, would be better, maybe.
The thing is, I've got to see my own kind recently. It hasn't been good, so I'm like, oh. I'm a bit wary.
Yep, sure. Investigation is, and I got 13.
It's not hard for you to spot because you're looking for it. As you walk from that square to this sort of area here, you realise that the houses become more familiar to the kind of housing that you are familiar with. This is the working area. This is the civilian type, closer packed. Seems to be mostly gathered around as you reach the centre. A small green, which is peculiar. But you've seen something similar to this before, this magical effect before.
But that was like an expensive garden in the middle of the king's land. So
but this is this has been ran through. This has been trampled. The grass is squashed down and muddied and stuff, but it still remains unsnowed. If you know what I mean, the snow does not fall in this spot. There's also a well around the corner, and just here. And what you also notice is that there are sort of bits and pieces on the wall, posters and missing cat things and missing creatures wanted, or the little adverts or things for sale. But among the things that you see posted around this kind of it's not market square but a market circle or central gathering area, you see that there is some writing that is familiar to you and you only, and it is that of the Thieves' Cant, and it is basically a warning that is it says, "Beware the back streets, for they have become unsafe, even for our brothers. There are shadows that move with you.
Mhm.
Shadows that move with you.
Yeah.
Note and found notes.
Mhm.
And where would you like to walk to next? We can go.
Um, Before we leave this bit, if there's a well, can I like have a look down it and like drop it down and sort of check what comes out?
Uh-huh.
Because like if there's sewers and things, this may have some sort of entrance into it.
Yeah. You wind the bucket down, and what you wind up is the coolest ice melt you've ever experienced. It's freezing cold, but it is. You can make. Yeah, it's clean. You know,
Okay, that's cool.
seems functional.
Have there been any guards about in the time?
You would notice that on the high walls there are guards walking
Yeah.
around, up on the edges here, as you see around the edge of the city, patrolling. You've within this area, no, where you are now, seems to be a very low presence, and there were some patrolling up and down the main street where you saw Krellins and stuff like that.
And have there been any orcs I've seen?
Yes, there are orcs freely trading and making business around this place. They're not unusual to hear.
Can I go and have a like if there's an orcish trader, can I go up and have a chat with them?
Of course you can. Yes, yeah. Were you doing that with a trader or someone sort of in the residential area here?
I don't really mind. I mean, if it basically whichever's local, which seems local, so probably in the residential area.
You see a female orcish individual, sort of hanging out some clothing and stuff on a line. You have the feeling that it might freeze before it dries, but she seems to be airing it anyway.
Okay. I will wander up.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Jackson.
Just yeah.
I'm new here. We've only arrived just recently. Is there any like Groomish people around? Is there like a shaman or a wiseman or something of Groomish around?
You kind of like to practice within the walls.
Well, I've seen a few of us around, and I kind of figured that someone might. It's not kind of what I'm used to.
No, well, any prayers would be a shaman would not step inside the city.
You don't have one here, okay? Do you have like a wife?
shaman, but shamans is in the west, not in the city.
Okay. So, like, if you guys have problems here, do you like go out and wander around the waste, or?
We will make a meeting and go to him.
Okay. So
There's time and there is places. We could make a meeting if you need to.
I might take you up on that. That would be great.
Yes, good to meet. Good to meet.
Okay.
You need a place to stay?
We're staying at the Yak.
Trees. Ha. Yeah, trees.
I was actually coming here to sort of, well, I was actually looking to see if I could get a job with Doug, but apparently he's not here anymore.
Dog is a bad. Dog is a bad. We think a dog minus days.
Well, that's what the little old man in the tower said when we got here.
Yeah. That is such a beautiful ship. That is bringing tear to my eye.
So no one thinks Dirk didn't do it.
No, Doug. No question. No torture. No.
Does Dirk have any friends here that I could go and have a chat to?
Doug have no friends. Doug is miserable oak. Doug is no brother of mine.
Okay. I would thank you. And if you come by the yak and I'm there, just ask for Jax and I'll buy you a beer.
Well, it'd be good to have a drink with some traveler tell good stories. You have tales to tell.
I have lots of tales, but some I'm not supposed to tell.
You tell truthfully, though.
Probably. Come and see us in the yak tonight and we'll have a chat.
Tonight. Okay. Heads, Mama got out. And she goes about hanging up her washing.
All right. I've got a date tonight, apparently.
No, well done.
Yeah. Where does anyone else want to go?
Well, once you get out of your obviously bros pumping fists moment, Jackson just noticed a surreptitious little message left on a wall over there, warning fellow cobblers that beware of the back streets and they've become unsafe to our kind.
So you saying we should walk up and down the back streets and
Apparently shadows move.
so we want to go there or we want to not go?
Actually, yeah, no, totally want to go there. Oh, bad things are happening. Great, let's have a look.
Okay. I'm quite happy to follow her in and sort of go pimping down the back streets and see if we get sort of mugged.
It's D&D. It's like, oh no, bad things are happening down there. Great.
Da, 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 da. Here I come.
Yeah, but you could.
We're looking for the surreptitious people hiding in the shadows. Shadows, you say? Danger, you say?
You could have just put a big red button in the middle of town.
XP, you say?
Okay. There is a lot of winding passageways, and there's a bit of discarded detritus from the day's doings, and
I will probably look more now for more symbols and see if we've got like sort of secret entrances and stuff like that.
Yep, I will be doing the same, and obviously more thieves count, more recent, like RIP so and so, taking Rory's time.
Or blood splats and signs of scuffles.
yeah, let's have a perception check.
Cool. Rolling their dice, rolling some dice, rolling.
Are we all rolling, or does everyone want to roll with advantage?
I think Owen rolls with advantage. He's leading the way. Does that make sense?
I like that. Nice. 21.
Okay. You see a few more like kind of messages, and you see a name of a gang, which is called Onyx. That seems to come up quite often.
And this is in the sort of the residential area, the
Yeah,
round.
In the poor district, let's call it.
and you also see a gang that is called, where is it? Eluthin. That's the other one.
Does the tagging indicate their arrivals?
There are some defamatory messages written in different colours representing the gang. The Luthans seem to use a green palette, and the others are using a reddish tone.
Mm-hmm.
You think the Onyx would go for black?
Yeah, they missed a trick there. Oh, there's actually like the Night Stalkers out there, and they use black. They corner the black market.
You what did you roll? 21?
Yep.
You also notice with the Onyx gang, there's a name that you notice among it in the graffiti, and you see that the name is Jess.
That's a very female name. Okay, cool.
As you move yourself into the back streets, you start seeing. You kind of find yourself.
What's the time of day? Just so I know.
So we're getting on for 4 o'clock. Sun's starting to go down a bit here, like
Cool.
like
Good. That's a good thing.
Afternoony kind of time.
Good low light vision coming in.
You find your way into a cul-de-sac of sorts in an alleyway, which is little used. All the crates, boxes, and snow is deep and untrod and set into drifts against the backs of buildings, which are heavily boarded up doors, windows, and everything is basically closed off to this area. There are no windows that overlook it, and the buildings are high ish above where you are. And as the sun is setting, with your perception of 21, Erwin, what you get in this space is not to your eyes, but to your nose. You smell something you've only smelt normally on market day in Mordensow, when there has been a shipment from some of the more verdant lands. So we're talking about the farmlands around Drosk, or maybe even further afield in Sorthel. It is like the perfume of flowers, pollen, nectar, that kind of thing, coming from this alley, like this alley space, somewhere in this alley space. But you see nothing right now.
You smell that?
What? Flowery stuff.
I start doing the it's like following my nose, literally following my nose.
Okay.
Looking for like vents, cracks. Yeah. Stronger, weaker, do the whole hot and cold thing.
Yeah. You do it for a little while. And you come to like a pile of what looks like old Hessian sack piled on top of one another with a crate at the kind of summit of it. And you see, as the sun sets and the evening gloom descends, you see like a golden thread suspended in the air. From this distance, it looks like a gold thread just floating in the air.
Like a cobweb
Could be, yeah.
catching the sun. Kind of do the whole shifty eye thing, trying to catch it. See if I can't lead use the sun as the refractor and see if I can't find its points of origins.
It is
Hopefully
about
without
5 feet long.
Yeah.
When you get to the end of it, if you go to the end of this thing, if you get to say like the right hand side and move your head around the side of it, you can't see it.
Yeah, because it disappears behind because shadows and stuff.
You do it the other way, you can't see it. You go under it, you can't see it. You can only see it from this very precise angle.
Is it because of the sun? Is it perfect setting for the sun, or is it something else?
You put your hand to
Yeah,
shade
can I
it.
cast shadows through it? It's a good question. It's a good point.
No.
So it's not glowing because of the
You
sun.
do that,
Yeah.
and a shadow of your hand is cast on the wall behind you.
From this thing?
From the thread. What appears to be a thread from this distance. You'd have to get a lot closer to know what it is.
Get a lot closer, but cautiously, obviously.
How close?
Until I start to resolve something, or basically I get a face full of golden cobweb, one of the two.
You get to this close.
Yeah. It's
You
basically
see-
a door and an illusion, so this is going to be quite interesting.
You see.
Is it
It's
near the
like-
ground or up in the air?
It's floating in midair.
Okay.
You see, like, imagine if you had like a cereal box
Mm-hmm.
and squashed it
Mm-hmm.
as flat as you could kind of get.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you're looking like that through a cereal, like a I don't want to say a tunnel because that gives the impression of something
A
certain.
very small slit.
Yeah, like a slit.
Mhm.
And you peer through, and you can see beautiful light the other side.
Mm-hmm.
You can make out the trunk of a tree and kind of like forest beyond. Kind of looks like you're peering into like
A
you know,
portal
a
to
little
another
miniature
world.
inside a miniature world inside something, and then like it's just like looks like a little glade.
What are you doing?
I'm here. Have a look at this. I think I found a magical portal. Or let's say hidden illusionary door.
I will grab Erwin by the sort of scruff of his jacket thing and back up.
Yeah. What are you doing? Oi.
What we've done magic portals to other places, and
Or
then
it could be a secret door with an illusion on it, you.
okay, how'd you check?
Do you want me to?
See if we can open it. See if we can open it.
Oh, I was just going to make a snowball and throw it at the wall, at the whatever thing Erwin was looking at.
Well, the problem with that, with the illusion, you'll just have the illusion of it going on. Won't just stick in midair. Perhaps I
Okay.
will. Actually, try and see that golden light in the sky?
Yes.
I'm going to try and throw a snowball at that and see what happens.
So where the snowball hits the thread, it kind of gets stuck inside it, and it flies either side of it.
So it cuts
So
in
it
half.
chops it in half. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. That's not a secret door. That's definitely a crack in reality. Now I've got a David Bowie song stuck in my head. Thank you.
Yes, you're there. You're looking at this. Erwin is basically examining a fine crack that glows with golden light.
Okay.
I'm going to have to ask GM.
Yes.
So far, this is like 2 items of the Feywild basically creeping in. I mean, we've got the prince who disappeared into some sort of other dimension, and these guys have had some experiences with the Feywild and being hidden, lost. And we went, and I met a basically a flowery young girl who basically got lost from her friends who were disappearing to and from the Feywild. There seems to be a lot of Feywild incursions. Is that a common theme in this game world?
Not common.
What
Worryingly
happens?
uncommon. That makes sense.
No, I don't know the Feywild that well, so unfortunately I don't know.
So, well, no, it is. What would you know of the Feywild? So these guys have been there.
Confusing place.
Yes, a confusing place. You had a cup of tea. Are you going to get a very fashionable hat? Matt is loving using all the time. I don't think Erwin, apart from experiencing that conversation, would know very
Really?
much at all
Okay, cool.
of it. But
So
you
why
might recognise
Unlikely.
the kind of air in the, the feeling in the air around it, like that kind of sense of whimsy, maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
What do you think? Yeah, I think. Well, I'll tell you what. Charlie will do something.
There's that little slit shows. I can see like trees and things. I can smell, verdant land.
But last time we went into a tree stump to hide from a spider being that was trying to kill us, and we ended up in some little gothy flower people's house, and they took us to meet the local lord, and he had dinner, and we had to dress up and stuff, and like anything we did and said that we could do wrong, he might go mad and kill us. And then we left because I didn't want to be there.
Okay. But people here have been cautious, boarded up their windows and doors. They don't want to even acknowledge this thing exists. And no
Well,
one's been here. Look at the ground. I mean, literally, the snow's piled up and there's goods on the ground. It's just not been touched.
can I pick up a bit of rubbish, like a bit of wood or something, a twig, and basically whack this thing and see if it cuts it in half?
It doesn't cut it in half as you hit it. It's like as if that.
Is it like a guitar string and its drums?
No, it's solid. It snaps the piece of wood, but not like
Okay.
cuts it. It's like hitting. It's like if you hit a stick on a piece of stone, it would snap.
Okay, I'm then going to try it with a bit of jerky.
Jerky bends slightly over this thing.
I'm just wondering if, flesh has any kind of reaction to it. Because, if people start wandering into this corridor and they get chopped in half, or half of them disappear or whatever,
Oh, I see. Yeah. No. As
Ugh,
you slap this dimensional portal with jerky, nothing happens. Sentence I didn't think I would say today.
the Feywild, as part of the Feywild, even if they don't go. Why? Because there's these random slices of people, just thinly sliced, just laying up, stacking up. like a meat slicer. That's
Like
grim.
a shredder. Like
Yeah.
Like a
It's
meat
a
roll.
ham slicer.
Yeah, it's a ham slicer. Yeah.
See?
Ham
See?
slicer.
You know,
You
like,
know, I could understand people not wanting to use a bit of town where that could happen.
When the ham slicer, don't go down the ham slicer.
don't get down that street. You know what they call that? Why not? Don't go down Ham Slice Alley. No, it doesn't affect the jerky unless you were to kind of pull it over it. You believe like you would be able to snap it, like you would be able to like doing it over a knee like this.
can you snap jerky over your knee?
Not,
I can
you know,
go.
when you kind of
I can
pull it,
go
like,
around it.
rubberily, and I don't mean like
Not rubber, really.
It's rubberiness would kind of stretch and snap.
I take off my belt. It's
Yes,
going to sound a bit weird. Undo it so it's straight.
yes.
Into the Feywild.
Fly it round. The go loop it round the gap in the air.
Yeah.
Start pulling it through so it's like the loop gets smaller and smaller and smaller.
Yeah.
I think to the point. I see if I can't just close it by using it, just like snapping it shut.
It doesn't close, but you can
Does it
hang
move? Oh. Okay, I must be. I giggled a bit and basically hanging midair for a second, just but you swing around a bit.
Yeah. From certain angles, it looks like you have a belt looped around a piece of nothing.
Yeah.
And are swinging in midair.
Witchcraft!
Mage towers. I don't think they care about that.
Yeah, there's people like casting like all experimenting all kind of magic. There's Erwin in the back alley swinging on the belt. Cast him out! Cast him out!
well, this is strange, but this is hardly the shadows are moving. Be cautious.
What, unless pink things are coming out from there?
Did you say it got the size of a thread?
From a distance, it looks like a
Sunshine
thread
and
or a
trees.
rope in the air. When you get
Aren't
closer,
they
it's about like this.
dark realms of the dark realms of the netherworld.
Well, you're assuming it's the Feywild because there's also like the Shadow Realm.
Well,
and
no,
things.
actually, I wasn't assuming anything. You're the one who grabbed me away from a portal.
You said portal, and they're generally bad.
So there.
We've had two encounters with portals. One took us to the Feywild, and one some weird flesh zombie monstrosity crawled out and tried to kill us. And the prince went in there.
Because reasons.
He thought he could raid it and take the natural resources of another realm without them getting upset with him.
You might be right.
I'm pretty sure they'll get upset with him.
Well,
Ian,
I don't know what to do with
have
this.
those feathers you pulled from me?
Yes. As I'm using one as a toothpick.
And I have the one that hasn't been in your mouth. I suppose it doesn't matter if it's the one from your mouth. If I may, Erwin.
I slide my makeshift swinger aside a bit. Actually, no, I take it off just in case it opens and snaps my bloody belt. I take the belt off.
Charlie slides a feather into the thing.
See, I didn't want to do that. I was thinking about doing that. I let him experiment.
Like, do you know? So I've got a pebble from the Feywild. Can any of you work out like if they have the same like type or whatever? If they're the same stuff?
I can just see trees. Can't see
Okay.
rocks.
Are they purpley? There was definitely purple trees and funny looking.
GM? Did it look a
From
natural?
The brief description of purpley and weird. Similar, yeah. The
Yeah.
the main tree that you see in the centre is quite peculiar.
Can I have a look
Very
through
big,
the
Peculiar
very
what
odd.
way?
Make
If I could,
a nature check, Jax, as you look through.
nature check me? A nature check.
peculiar, an interesting term.
No, I rolled 1. So 4.
And I'll let Erwin make one because you're looking at the tree also.
Oh, yeah, I have already previously scanned it. Well, I upped it 6 now.
Okay.
Neither of us do nature.
I
Let's
do.
read-
I'm proficient in it. I'm +3.
Oh, I've got +2, so
um, you should be getting it, but you can't. It's just
I
something
don't do trees.
is not quite right about the tree.
That's an odd tree. I don't know why, but it's an odd tree.
Give me a
Is it
minute.
big enough to put a dagger into?
You
Could
could
sign
get
it
the
like
tip.
this?
You could get the tip of a dagger, and yeah. Until
Look.
it starts going wide to the body, where like you might have the bit where it would let.
Could I put it in and slowly start to turn it?
It's like putting a dagger into a crack in a rock and trying to prise it open. You feel your dagger start blunting on the rock. You also, as you look in, you see Charlie's feather sitting about Charlie's finger width, tucked in. Finger length, sorry, like pushed in.
It's not like falling to the ground or anything.
No, it's like you're looking through this,
Yeah.
and you see it kind of right here, like if it was a feather this big.
Oh, come on, let's do it. I summon one of my psychic daggers.
Yeah.
These things don't blunt. So I pick it up, slide it in. I'll make it stiletto-like. Very thin, very fine.
Okay. Do you throw it to try and get it to the other side?
No, slide it in for now.
Okay.
See if it'll actually go in.
It travels through the space and kind of just sits on this ledge next to Charlie's feather until you desummon it. There's about a distance of, you estimate, maybe about 3 foot as you look through this kind of letterbox or in this crack.
So it has dimension, has depth.
It has depth, but only when you look at it like straight on.
Can I walk round out of this alleyway? I'll follow one of the buildings around till I find a door.
Push come to shove. Just ask them why they're not using the back alley.
You find a door.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bang on it.
Hello?
Hello. We're new to town. You
Hello?
have some weird, like, glowing ribbon of stuff at the back behind your house. What do you know about it or anything?
You shouldn't go into Ham Slicer Alley.
Really?
Really? Carry on.
So, like, the strange things happen back there.
Ah. Young girl and her fox. Young person and their fox was chased out of there the other day, nearly killed.
Chased out from there, so they came out from whatever is in the crack thing, or they went into the alleyway and something didn't like them and scared them away.
The rumours that I picked up,
Sorry about
it was like it was a shadow of themselves.
Okay. In the alleyway.
Yes, but then it followed them and attacked them.
And was this during the day, during the night? Did you
daylight, as far as I'm aware?
Do you know the girl and the fox?
No, but I believe they were staying at the Yak.
Okay, I'll go and see if I can find them there.
Oh yeah. Um. Bye.
Bye. Um. Okay, I'm gonna come back. So the person that lives in that house said there was some girl and a fox that came into the alleyway and got chased out by evil shadows of themselves that tried to kill them. But they're staying at the Yak, so we can ask them when we get there tonight.
Okay.
Girl and her fox.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to try one more thing.
Sure. Just be cautious.
Charlie goes to the crack and
Blows down through
Kind
it.
of blow.
I'm blowing my feather through to the other side to see if it falls down.
Do you want me?
Okay.
Yes.
You know it's easier
Your
blowing
breath
things
from
with
the
lips.
line.
You know it's easier blowing stuff with lips.
That's exactly why I offered.
Okay. So point out my genetic flaw, fine.
What's genetic?
And I put my face as close as I can to the same.
And it freezes solid.
Sorry, I honestly thought you were going to then. I thought you were going to sort of Dragonborn breath weapon.
No.
The feather floats through. When it reaches the 3-foot distance, it kind of vanishes out of sight. It kind of, goes out into midair,
Yeah.
floats down out of sight
The way that feathers do.
of what your vision, your gap like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You see a flash of movement the other side,
Mm-hmm.
and something drops onto the floor nearby your foot.
What is it?
Bend down and pick it up. And it looks like a little dry pea pod. But in fact, it is. It's green and dry, and looks like a pea pod. But it rattles like there's peas inside. But it's got little holes drilled in it, or bored in it.
Now, without
How big?
About yay long.
Couple of inches, 4 inches. Got it.
4 inches.
without popping the pea pod open,
Yes.
is there any way I can determine what is in it without, like I said, popping it open?
You can kind of angle it right, and you see that there are small dry peas inside a pea pod through the little holes.
Looks like a whistle.
That's what I was thinking.
Huh?
Looks like a whistle.
Have a hole at the top or the bottom.
It's got several holes along the body of it and one hole at one end.
Blow
What's a
in,
whistle?
Blow it.
blow in the top.
Go on, blow my peas.
I try and blow on the pea pods.
You blow on the pea pod, and you feel a magical feeling occur around you. The alleyway glows and blooms of pollen kind of come out, not from the crack itself, but kind of just start like emerging in the air.
Do these guys see it too?
Everybody sees this.
Okay, so it's not like I'm on drugs or something.
No. Imagine
Oh,
like a
smack
kind
on the
of
crack pipe.
combination of fireflies and thick pollen, and then they coalesce together and standing top naked, rippling tanned muscle with a bandolier across them, long black brown ponytail tied with hundreds of feathers, broad forehead, dark eyebrows, chiseled jaw, horse body, centaur
You knew it.
appears in the alleyway. You summoned?
No, look around. The rest of the group.
Yeah,
I
and then
wasn't expecting that.
I'm like, well, that's a first.
Killian, what did you do? There's a horseman in the alleyway.
Blow on the whistle.
uh,
That was my whistle. I gave the feather.
hi.
You don't
Hello?
have to blow the whistle. Hello, Mr. Horse Person.
Hello. Yes. Where am I? I don't recognize this place.
You're in the alleyway.
In
The alleyway. Is that
you're in the
a town?
We're in Kcanzacks.
city of Kcanzacks, on the ice sheet just south of Modern South.
What do you call this ice sheet?
Question. What do you call
Rojas?
this? Rojas. That's it. Rojas.
Ah, I know Frohast. Yes, I know of the Red Main Peaks.
Do I know of them?
They are to the west.
Everything's to the west of us.
Oh,
Everything
Remain.
is to the
Yeah.
west.
Well, we're east of that, between, like, in the middle between that and the lake.
Okay. This looks all very new to me.
New to us too.
So the peas make you turn up?
I come at the whistle.
Oh. Oh.
You come through the funny little cracky place. And I'm going to point to the gold crack. You might have to scoot down.
No, but that looks like a land similar to my own, although I don't recognize the glade.
And how would someone get the whistle?
Well, powerful beings from my realm have these, and they gift them to people for favors, for gifts in return. Did you give something to somebody?
A feather.
He gave a feather through the gap.
Then why are you holding it? That's surely this person's.
He put the feather in, I blew it through.
Well,
Lips.
I think you should share.
We also share many things.
Well, that's very amicable of you. What is it I can do for you on this day? I
Well,
see
we're,
no
look-
foes to slay. I
We're
have
look-
my bow.
we're looking for shadows of thingies that attack people in these alleyways.
A shadow, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is a creature from the Fae that is called a shadow.
And does it look like people and then try and kill them? Because apparently that's what's going on here.
It can do, yes.
You're only good at finding them.
They find you, they attach themselves to you and pretend to be you, and normally will follow you until you least expect it. Then they'll, like most things from my realm, have a sense of play.
So can you track them or find them or something that gives them away before that to tell if you've got like one attached to you?
You can sometimes outperform them by doing something unexpected. Against one's nature.
Okay. And then what happens?
They will not be able to mirror your image.
Is there any way to like sort of get them to take my image quicker if they're attached and sort of, is there a way to like sort of, lure them out? Is there something they find very tasty or something? We could like sort of bait a trap.
Someone foolhardy and alone.
How about a child and their pet?
That would do it, yes. Something they could scare.
No use for you?
It's normally... It's like playing, but they go too far.
And they pretend to be your shadow for a while?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to
Do
pull
they,
out
re-
my
do they
mace.
replace your? Do they
Everyone-
replace your shadow? Do they replace your shadow or add to it?
Add.
I'm literally going to pull out my mace of smiting and smack it into the ground into everyone's shadow.
None of the shadows scream.
Just thought I'd check.
Have I seen what, Gillian? Is this a bean talk or is this a Killian talk?
A bean talk.
A bean talk.
Yeah.
What?
The Doctor Who episode.
Yeah,
Where
I
they're
was
in the-
thinking that.
You haven't seen it?
I think I probably have, but I don't
Where
know.
they're in the library and it's the shadows and the shadows attack the people.
Hey, who turned out the lights?
Yeah. And then they end up literally
It's a really good
with
episode.
spacesuits. It's great.
Oh yes, I do remember the skeleton. I remember the skeletons in spacesuit because it very much reminded me of the front cover of a mothership.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was going to say, if you haven't seen it, I'll have to show you it.
I think I have seen it, but I don't.
That's
very
what
much
that
remember.
reminded me of then on.
Yeah, none of the shadows seem to react to you.
Well, we should probably look into this girl and a fox and see either the
They don't
fox or the girl has two
They
shadows.
don't. As Jackson slams a mace into your shadows, there is no change in them.
Okay. Even the centaurs one.
Even the centaurs would.
If this shadow being who attaches themselves to you, giving you two shadows, imitating yourself, is it permanent? What happens to the person who they're imitating? And can it be reversed?
If the creature is defeated, killed, dispersed, then it is fine. The creature is no longer there. If the creature kills, it will then attach itself to a new individual.
And does it often kill its host?
Like I said, sometimes the jokes go too far.
Yes.
So it pretends to be your shadow. What happens if you're like, when the sun's really high and you don't have a shadow because it's like under you or in you or whatever, it gets like small and then disappears.
Yes.
Well, does that get rid of the shadow thing?
I think it hides under your chin.
What if you have a sort of a light torch or something so you haven't got shadow in your chin?
wherever you cast it, it will be.
I told Jackson to go. There's always a shadow under your feet.
Well, that's just dark. That's not shadow.
I don't know the difference. Because it's just a shadow. Unless you're attached to the ground, it is a shadow.
Oh no! That's just me.
No, it is a shadow. It's just
That's not a shadow. That's just dark.
dark. Yeah, I love it. Can't live there. That's not a shadow, TM.
That's not a shadow. That's just dark. That was just like. It was like something Ali.
How about if we like just go in a dark room and it's all dark?
Then it surrounds you.
And also, it's only dark to humans, so I can see just fine.
But like, then where is it?
No, even in darkness, you still cast shadows.
I'm afraid you're losing me.
Well, okay.
And he disappears.
If
Goes on timer.
If I stand next to Erwin and sorry, I don't know your name, Mr. Horse Person. If you stand next to me, then like we're all in your shadow. My shadow isn't there anymore.
Yes, it is.
I'm still not following.
Don't.
Well, he's trying. I think my good friend
Is
here
your
is trying
friend
to.
okay?
My good friend is trying to determine whether or not, if this thing inhabits a shadow, whether or not it follows the rules of shadows.
I see.
Can it
I've
be
never had one
detached?
attached to me.
Can it be detached by becoming shadowless?
Not that I'm aware. No.
Because it's not really a shadow; it just looks like one.
Yes, behaves
if-
similarly to one.
But if you're then having a shadow where you shouldn't have a shadow, then we know you've probably got one of these.
But I
outside.
thought we were looking for something that had two shadows.
Yes, if you had no shadow, I imagine. I would imagine that if you were in a very light place and you suddenly had a shadow, something would be pretty sus.
Exactly. So if you've got a shadow when you shouldn't have a shadow, then it's probably a parasite.
It can be hard to get this fox or the girl to basically stand there and go, "Hey, we're going to put you in suspend you by tiny wires, tiny see-through wires in this room, and flood the thing with light. You got a shadow? Don't worry, we'll get rid of it." I mean, I would do that. That sounds amazing. That's going to take about a year to set up.
I don't have long here.
Why not? Do you want to come and get a beer? We're going to the pub.
I will be drawn back soon.
Oh, okay.
Well, we can just blow the whistle again.
It only has a few uses. Do not waste them. I can be your ally for a fight. Or an
So,
adventure of some sort, but not for long.
What's your name?
Yai.
Yayi.
Yeah. Yaje. That's not funny. What's wrong with Yai? Yeah, he's a perfectly fine name for a centaur.
I'll just run or no shadow. God, Jesus Christ. Oh, my face.
can quickly go. I'm going to quickly go to the toilet while until.
Yeah, let's have a quick break while Pete has a meltdown. Maybe that's what we should do.
A second.
While you become not a squeaking mess, let's have a quick tea break.
Okay, cool, go for it. Because we want to be.
Let's do this. So you're in an alleyway with a centaur that you've magically summoned with a pea pod whistle. Discussing the pros,
My God, he's a pod person.
the physics of
He's a pod person.
of light and shadow.
When you go away, goodbye.
Farewell.
We will remember you, and
We can get you back with the whistle.
A number of times, I believe so. They are known to have
Okay.
charges.
we will promise that next time we summon you, we'll have a purpose for you. A purpose for you to do. Thank you.
Or we might
Sorry
just
for
have a
summoning you
bit-
randomly.
We might just have a beer for you.
That too.
I will enjoy a drink with you, fine fellows. It will have to be reasonably quick because he vanishes.
Because
I'm going to see if there's a horse person shadow
Brilliant.
on the floor.
get in. Now hand that back to Charles. Technically, it's his.
At least it's my turn next to blow the whistle.
I actually want to see him blow that whistle.
So do I.
I know.
I gladly hand it to you.
Thank you.
I could just imagine.
He shuts his beak. He puts his finger on this nostril.
Oh no! No!
No, he
And
doesn't.
whose turn is it next?
Owen.
It's got a soggy end.
I am not touching that ever again. That is totally Charles's whistle now. Oh my God! Get up your nostril. Oh God!
Let me take it before you.
Oh, that's gonna be slimy. Oh God, no, no!
It's the cold weather.
Ah! Oh, it's gonna be good.
What do you expect, Owen? We've been in the snow. I have a hanky.
Oh,
Go to the pub.
yes, it's gonna be fun.
What's that, Jackson? Come on. Let's get warmed up. Maybe I can clear this sniffle with a stiff drink. You return to the Yak's Tongue after visiting one district within Kcanzacks.
Yeah, we didn't get very far. Turns out adventures around every corner around here.
If you, if you promise not to.
Good luck.
So, you return to the Yak. The clientele has changed around a bit. It seems a little bit more lively in there.
Hey.
There are people finishing work and coming in, and there are rooms being booked and people staying. There is also someone setting up on the stage. They are a tabaxi cat person, and they seem to have an accordion with them. Which is a beautiful instrument. The bellows appear to be made of a red leather that's been patched and repaired in several places, but the instrument seems quite beautifully manufactured. They haven't started playing yet.
Toby, bed.
They just beginning to sort of set up their music on the stand and get the chair in just the right place, and they're preening as well a bit. They're kind of dusting down their suit, just making sure all the snow's off their boots and stuff like that. Biscuit crumbs, that's right. Keep them under my beard.
Yeah, yeah. Snack for
They
later.
noticed, sorry.
And Treese is looking a little bit more lively. They are behind the bar. They're serving. They're helping out with Ed. This time they seem to have um, come round from their senses. They're climbing up and down. There seems to be like stools that they are able to use to make it up to the barrels, and they scamper up and down these with great ease and great deftness, despite their diminutive size.
I obviously keep an eye out for a girl and or a fox.
You do not see.
Can I ask? Not Ed, the other one.
Trees,
Yes.
the landlady
Yes.
or land person. Yeah. You can. What do you ask them?
If there is a girl and her fox staying at the yak, or if not, do they know where they are?
Yes. They stayed here for some time. They're here no longer, I'm afraid. Their name was Nanyala. Their fox's name was Ketu.
Ketu. Sorry.
They briefly ventured out west, towards the Red Main Peaks. They returned here, much changed, and then headed north, back over the bridge of Southgate. That's what they said, heading back home. They stayed with me for quite some time. They became quite deft in the kitchen. And they're heading back to their home of Gargamel.
Okay.
This is shared with all of you. You're all in on this conversation. Or
If nothing else, I can small and petite, and I can certainly be in the conversation.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question. Hello. I have a question.
Yes.
In the time that she was here, did she ever speak of an incident in an alleyway with a shadowy creature?
She did indeed. She nearly lost her life. They did indeed. They nearly lost their life.
Do you know the tale of what happened, transpired?
They had ventured out with a rough crowd to assist a priest of some sort. He had gathered some people to venture out to the east. Their plans were unclear when they left with them. I'd advised against it, but you know how sometimes nagging doesn't always go the right way, and I felt that they might learn their lesson if they experienced it themselves. They got out there and found out exactly what I thought they would find out, that these were not the group for them, and they hooked up with a group of other adventurers who made their way back to the city here, and I was introduced to them all. Then one day they went exploring, and when they were exploring on their own, they came across a dead-end alley and said that a shadow or a reflection followed them and then began to attack them. Luckily, they had their fox with them, as little Ketu saved the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did this group look like?
What an odd bunch. There was a monk of Zimrica, human, named Arden. There was a bugbear with a grey streak in his hair named Mororuk. There was Nanyala and Ketu, and then there was a tabaxi, a ginger tabaxi named Nyala, and at the time they had an elven person with them they went by the name Sin, but they lost that companion here in the great fight with the dragon that happened.
You had a fight with a dragon?
A dragon attempted to sack the city. It was being ridden by some kind of creature. The story is it was some kind of undead beast that was riding upon the dragon and damaged much of the city towards the library and the upper class and the lords and ladies' manors.
And when was this?
This was months ago now. They left on route to root out this evil in the west.
In character technically and also out of character.
Yes.
A dragon attacked months ago. Don't see any damage.
You don't see it this end, no. Where you've been.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got a little bit further, ruination, but yeah, fine.
Yeah. It was a very focused attack for a very specific reason.
Okay. So in character, a dragon attacked and didn't seem to do much damage. Like historically, they're kind of huge and civilization ending almost.
There were many guards lost their lives that day that dared fight the beast. Whole swathes of them frozen solid and shattered on the street like glass. There was a specific.
So it was an ice dragon?
A white dragon, indeed.
Right. There's a lot of white dragons around recently.
Well, I'm guessing they just like the cold.
Well,
You know, if you go to a desert, you probably see lots of hot dragons. And if you go to like,
Sorry, I'm just saying supermodel dragon body.
and if you go to the sea, you get like lots of blue ones.
Yeah, I'll be depressed too.
Are they like
Double D, double die, double D, double die, get demonetized, double D, double die.
And in forests you get like green ones. They're like color coordinated. Like, they're quite big, and like if you want to blend in, you've got to like sort of camouflage.
That was order of the stick, wasn't it? It's like you killed a dragon? What? You fool! That could have been like a paragon of good you destroyed. It wasn't metallic. Ah, that's fine then. And someone slides on and goes, D&D dragons, color coded for your convenience.
They say much of the city was sacked towards it was damaged towards the western end. The attack was focused, very focused. The roof of several buildings and especially the Sletney house.
Was this before or after Lord Sletney got killed?
After.
I was going to say
Sletney is a name, you know.
Yes, Lord Sletney got killed here. He was in charge. He was basically Lord Levin for this place.
Right, yeah.
He was one of the lords.
Yeah. But his family are like big knobby knob people, and like he got killed.
They are knobby knob people.
Knobby knob people.
Yeah.
Technical term?
The Jacks, yeah.
I like it.
The damage has been much repaired now, but
That's what I'm gonna
we
call it
haven't
now.
we had word from those brave few when they reached a town called Marin. They were due to head on to a village further up in the peaks called Vermilion.
And
You
that's,
understand that?
Sorry?
that's
Sorry, Matt.
Sorry, Matt first.
sorry, and that's to the west.
To the west, yes.
Okay.
John, what were you trying
I was
to
asking Matt whether he's writing this down.
I haven't written all of it down.
Mm.
Are you asking me to write it down?
Yeah, we might need to. I think we might need to find these adventurers, but or at least what happened to them.
Just to keep Pete's life nice and simple.
Yeah.
Marin Vermilion.
I can't,
Maerin.
I
Mary.
can't wait until we have a crossover episode.
Vermilli. Vermilion is in the colour.
Only if we can run up to them going, "What the hell have you been doing?"
Yeah, but to be honest, they're going to say
What
wrong
the hell have
with you?
you been doing?
no. Jax would run up and give them all a hug and test them for pudding personness.
Yeah. Come here, give us a kiss.
Pudding.
I think Killian is trying to feed Charles to the bugbear. Chicken wings. No.
Yeah, any more questions you'd like to ask Truce here? Anybody?
Not immediately.
Has
How-
anyone else?
who-
received
how
any
was- What was
shadow-
Lord Slepley like?
Lord Sletney
Hmm.
is not here anymore. He was vile.
Power hungry?
How about the other Sletnies?
Cruel.
How did that manifest?
He lauded his power over the lower classes. There were individuals who were coerced and paid to do things for Lord Sletney that were unsavoury.
Like Matt, Jax said, what about the other Svenas?
His widow seems to be coming round. She seems to be working for the good of the town more now that their child and sort of have made up. You saw them the other day. I'm trying to get them. You saw them earlier in the day.
Oh, the one that was chopping up carrots.
Yeah, they want to be here. They should be with their mother.
Why?
They're a Sletney.
I
My friend Jackson doesn't understand or believe in the concepts of hereditary titles. He believes in individuality.
They don't see the benefits. They'll never have to suffer the hardships that many of us will have to toil through. And I'm sure you look like folks that have seen a bit of the world and not so much the nice side of it. They won't have to. They can live a life free of worry.
Pretty sure the worry's still there. It's just something different.
Yes.
I don't know. I've never been filthy rich.
Unless you're giving wealth, unless you're literally giving wealth, wealth doesn't actually stop you being worried. And even if you are given wealth, now you have to worry about losing it. Worry is a constant, like pain.
I suppose so, but look, I just think that a child should be with their mother and with people of. I love Jess. Like I love Nanyala. They were both different. Both sort of lost souls. And Jess, well, she did not love her father. And so much so she disassociated herself from her father completely. So much so that she did not live with her father or her mother for many, many years and grew up like one of the street folk, one of the street kids around here, often spending time in the slums, in the worker districts, playing with those kind of children and
You have a lot of that sort of thing
trouble.
around here?
Sorry?
You have a lot of orphan children around here?
Not so much orphans. They are. They all run about in little groups, little gangs of
Are
them.
they like the Onyx and the what was the other one you said?
Cool. Wait a second.
Luthen.
Eluthan.
I don't know what they call themselves.
They're like little tribes of kids.
No, I don't. I don't get involved anymore. I'm trying to distance myself from Jess so that they return to their mother.
But they might just go somewhere else.
They could. I hope they don't.
And where they might go might be worse. It might be better, but it might be worse.
I don't know. I'm just doing what I think is best.
Have you asked them what they want?
They want to be here.
Mm.
With me and Ed under this roof, chopping carrots, making dinners, serving drinks.
I have often found what people enjoy when you're children doesn't last through to adulthood.
They're becoming a young adult.
I'm thinking that's the most useful thing I've seen a noble do since I've been coming across them.
That's because you are not really dealing with them on a day-to-day. Let's be honest. And
How
you
would a dragon
probably
ball-
actually ended the life of a few of them.
It's probably a very, very specific way to like gesture with 3 talons.
I can't keep my. Actually, it's really hard to do it in camera because I like can't actually. It's reversed.
Anyway. Oh, that was a very Danny DeVito.
But yeah, no, you don't seem to have any kind of facility to sort of, get rid of the rubbish chiefs.
It's what?
Orc society, might makes right. If you are strong, you lead. If you fail to be strong, you lose leadership by someone stronger taking it over.
No, not necessarily. Like, sort of, if the chief's like bad for the tribe and it doesn't go right, like several others might gang up and kick him out.
You can challenge them.
Yeah. But then what happens? Those turn on each other afterwards, and until one survives. So who becomes? How do you go and cheat? You've told us I told him, Jackson, you actually told us many times now how a chief stops being a chief. What happens after that?
Normally, the person that does the shoeing gets out. I mean, I've not really seen it in my tribe because our chief was a giant.
That would be hard. And that's it. You could be a rubbish chief, cruel crap, but if you can't be stopped, you see, that's how it works here. Kings have armies and resources, so
Jackson,
they
what
can't be
did you
pulled
do?
out
But
of you.
like, we turned up and woke up the king because the prince was rubbish.
To be honest, if it wasn't for the fact the king was asleep and we were and the place was in disarray, we wouldn't have got into the keep. If the king was compos mentis, we would not have seen him or got anywhere near him.
He was being guarded by robots and aliens' inventions.
And most people have kind of ignored the king and got used to ruling without him. It's not
do you
too
mind if I go
dissimilar
and
to
serve
your
other
kingdom.
customers, because like,
Oh, sorry, please, be my guest. Sorry, we're talkative.
do you want are you still staying? Because we're
Yes, please.
booking up
Yeah.
fast.
Yes, please.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I'll sort you some rooms. The show should be good tonight if you want to stay around and
Cool.
hang about for that.
Do you allow for other entertainments?
Sorry,
I'm quite a good juggler.
you can give it a go afterwards. We'll see how
Yeah,
this
okay.
one's show goes down, and
Magic knife juggling, that's good.
magic knife juggling.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that.
I'll leave you to it. Thank you.
Thank you. And they bid you adieu.
Mhm.
They leave you with a couple of room keys.
Cool.
Head upstairs.
A couple. Are we sharing?
You can book as many rooms as you like. There are rooms here. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 8 rooms upstairs.
I'll share one with Charles. Save on cost.
How much a room?
I think
10,000 gold.
10,000 gold. I think it's 5, and that includes your dinner. Silver.
cool.
5 gold, 5 silver, what?
Silver.
I was going to say, does that include breakfast?
So like 5 gold will get us room and board for a while.
Yes.
Cool. I'll just do that.
Cool.
Yeah, I was going to say, if I end up sharing with Charlie, he's going to wake up bald. Slowly put out all of his feathers throughout the night.
You go upstairs. You watch. You are about to settle down for the performance.
Yeah.
And the tabaxi puts his accordion up on his lap. His fingers.
Oddly,
on...
I'm kind of cautious every time since that time. It's like there's going to be performance. My mind is girded. Don't trust it.
And that is where we'll stop the adventure.
Ooh,
Well, the show begins, and then we shall.
well, you're stopping the entire
You all
adventure.
get take it over.
You're stopping the entire adventure. I mean, wow. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We just like depressed you so badly. I thought we were doing okay.
No, it's lovely. You know what? It's lovely revisiting the city because I've not been here for a while. It's lovely meeting everyone again.
What a weird city it is.
Right, I shall pause and stop. Pause this one.
You